everybody, welcome to Small Family Adventures. Today is Tuesday's Thoughts. I'm Steven. I'm the dad here in the family. We have Debbie, Steven, Jackie, and Elizabeth. And three things we're going to talk about. I got coffee, and then we're going to talk about tacos, and then a couple thoughts from a Hobbit movie and a life lesson from it. So we have this new coffee here. It's Black Rifle coffee, something I heard about online, and so I thought I'd give it a try. And the flavor is Blackbeard's Delight, so it's a dark roast, and I'm gonna try it out. And so do you like coffee? Are you into coffee? What's your favorite coffee? Why don't you put it down in the comments below and let me know. I'll give it a shot here. Remember, not sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee at all. Just trying it out and seeing how I like it. Here we go. It smells good. Now when I ground the beans, it smelled amazing. Fresh. That's good. That's really nice. That's amazing. I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep drinking some of this. And while I'm doing that, I want you to look at this about tacos. Yes, Taco Tuesdays rule, man. I don't know what it is about Tuesdays and how tacos got on there, but it's a good thing. That's right, tacos makes the world go round. I love tacos. I remember Mom making tacos when I was a little boy, and a lot of fun. She learned how to make tacos from her friend Jenny, a true blue Mexican American, and delicious. So I learned by watching, and so yeah, I can make a good taco. I'm Italian, so it's not as good as the full real deal, but I can do a taco really good. What is a taco? A whole lot of goodness in a tortilla. That's what I have to say. It is said that the taco actually preceded the Spanish in Mexico. In fact, many times they would eat a taco. They would just put little fish inside a tortilla. And so what is a tortilla? A tortilla is flat, like a really flat thing made out of corn or wheat, flour. Really delicious. It is versatile, much like the sandwich, where you can put anything in it. The taco is the same thing, and its predecessor or its cousin, the burrito, as well, which is a much larger tortilla. You can just put almost whatever you want in it. Let's look at the menu here on our Tuesday Thoughts. The filling, what kind of stuff is in there? Well, basically, it could be beans, beef, tripe, pork, fish, chicken, combination of that. I love going to the Mexican grocery store and just getting their chopped beef. It's really easy. I brown it up. I usually have them season it for me, so I don't even have to worry about that. Add some onions. The tortillas, types of tortillas, corn, wheat, flour. We talked about that. You can have it hard or soft, flat, folded in half. I warm mine up on the stove, on the fire. You have to be careful. You have to watch that, or you're going to burn the house down. Whatever you do, however you warm your tortillas, it's up to you. All right. Cannot hold us responsible for burning your own house down. So vegetables and fruit, people can put that on there. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, avocado. Once in a while, I read cucumbers, mangoes, corn. Really, almost anything. Sauces. I love a good hot sauce on my taco. Not for heat's sake, it has to have some taste and flavor. Pico de gallo, sour cream, guacamole. What fits your taste buds, The other thing I didn't put on the list here is jalapenos, some hot peppers. People love dicing them up or slicing them and putting them on there. In the end result, don't let anybody push you around. You're the taco boss. You can make it how you like it. What would you put on your taco? Put it down in the comments below. What do you like in your tacos? Do you have a favorite restaurant? I would love to hear about it. Around here in Northeast Wisconsin, we have some really good Mexican restaurants. My favorite is in Appleton, Wisconsin, and that is Lindo, Michoacan. And beautiful, beautiful, wonderful tacos. And their food is just amazing. So that's it. We love tacos. How about you? Lately, my newest favorite is fish tacos, and it's the kind where you have the simply breaded fish, and you put it in there with some delicious dill type sauce. Really, really good. But some thoughts before we go. This past Sunday, we watched a movie. Debbie and I started the Hobbit series. Once again, we saw this movie before the first one, and so a couple things jumped out at me that I wanted to talk about. And let me look at my notes here. The first one is, well, I don't know if you've watched it. Spoiler alert, I'm going to maybe tell you a little bit about it, but it's not really going to hurt the movie if you want to listen and learn the life lesson. But Bilbo Baggins, as we know, if you've watched Lord of the Rings or read the books, goes on a big journey on a trip. Well, he hasn't started yet, and Gandalf, he's a wizard, and he comes to the Hobbit village, the Shire, and he is trying to incorporate into this journey one of the little hobbits, one of the halflings is another term for him, and it is Bilbo Baggins. And hobbits are known for loving their stories. And so Gandalf tries to encourage him to go on this journey, and he'll be able to write his own stories. And so what does he say to him? Because at first Bilbo Baggins wants nothing to do with it at all. In fact, Gandalf invited all these dwarves over to have supper and talk about it, and it was going to be this group of 14. But Bilbo wasn't sure if he was going to do it. So I'm going to quote this. Gandalf says to Bilbo, "The world is not in your books and maps. It's out there." And he points out past the door. So they had this journey, right? And that they were going to have to take and watch the movie yourself to find out what that is. But let's go to today. What's going on right now? We've got all kinds of things going on that just scare us in life. And what is that project that you haven't been doing? And I'm thinking about this I'm talking to myself as I'm talking to you guys too, because these are the thoughts in my head. Am I just going to sit around watching TV, spending time on the internet, watching YouTube, reading books, or am I going to experience? Am I going to create my own experiences? And then from there I could share these if I wanted to. Life is more than just our internet. Life is more than just Netflix and YouTube, and it's more than the big flat screens. Life is so much abundant out there. It's. I think back in 2000, I did some training. I decided, I was still single then, that I was going to run in a marathon. It ended up being half a marathon, and that's a different story in itself. But part of it was I was riding bicycles, I was doing kickboxing and karate, and doing lots of walking as well. And so I decided, against my better judgment, that I was going to do this long distance ride. But it was amazing. one experience, it was in May of that year, and I'm out in the countryside, and I come up over this hill, and I get this blast of lilac, fresh lilac, just so deep, the best smell of lilac. No perfume can ever copy that smell. And that's an experience that, reading a book, watching a movie, comparing it to you can't compare it to the real thing. I came up over another hill, and there was freshly tilled dirt, that earthy smell. Now, you might not like it, but there's just something about it. It was just boom, fresh, organic, real. So the takeaway of this is that we need to get out. We know we have dreams, right? And we put them off, and we don't do our dreams as we would want, but because we get stuck in life. It's so easy to get stuck in life. So go after our dreams, right? And then the other thing is, there's another thing, and the dwarf leader, Thorin Oakenshield, and somewhere in the middle of the movie, told Bilbo, he says, you don't belong here. You just want to be back at home. You want to be in your soft bed with all your things, and in a way, Bilbo did, but in a way, he wanted to be there too. So, something that Bilbo didn't even realize that inside himself, he had what it took to get things done, and it took Gandalf to push him out there. Right now, the king, or would-be king, the leader, Thorin, ended up coming around to Bilbo's side because, well, I don't really want to spoil it for you, but Bilbo saves his life. And he says, you know what? It's because of you. He's like, I told you these things, that you didn't belong here, and you do. And now, what did Bilbo bring? He didn't have the strength of these dwarfs. He didn't have the fighting skill with the sword of these dwarfs. But what he did bring was courage. So, spoiler alert again, if you don't want to hear this, just shut it off, fast forward, move on to something else, because I'm going to tell you this. I think this is so important for us. So the Thorin is over here, and they're all on this tree that's about to fall on this precipice, but it's the only way they can go and be the furthest away from the enemy, the pale orc, and all his other orcs that were with him. And so this orc, finally, Thorin just had enough, and he went to go fight the pale orc, who happens to be in history killed his grandfather and father. So he went to fight him. The pale orc just overran him, and he fell. And he's like, he said to one of his minions, he said, kill him, chop off his head, just like it did his father. And so that orc went to go do that, and who comes running? Bilbo runs, and he pushes that orc out of the way so he doesn't chop Thorin's head off, and he saves Thorin's life. And because of that, he brought courage to the other dwarves who didn't want to fight these orcs. And so just amazing. Bilbo brought something to the table that he didn't realize he had, and that was courage. And then he passed that on. He encouraged them by his actions to fight and to do what's right, to stand up. That's what we have for you today, for today's Tuesdays, Thursdays. So that's what we have for you today for Tuesday's Thoughts. I hope you like it. If you have anything else that you would like me to talk about, put it down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell if you would like. Tell all your friends about us. Small Families Adventures. we're just going through life, and as we can, right now we're putting stuff up online. So come and join us, all right? And God bless you. You have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week, all right? This is Stephen from Small Family Adventures, and I'm going to sign off for now. See you soon. Bye. Check it out. Oh! Oh! Smooth move. Oh no! That's too funny.